Hello and welcome back to ATK42 Games. I'm your host, as always, Alex. And today I'm being joined by...
Dr. Tiffany Knoll, Professor, Popular Culture Studies, Department of Popular Culture Studies, Bowling Green State University. But I think you call me something else, Alex.
Yeah, I typically just call you Mom.
Yeah, that works.
Alright.
Oh, so
Tonight's movies. I believe
we've
we're
got a
focusing
twofer.
on Harold Lloyd.
We are. And frankly, Chaplin gets a lot of attention. Keaton gets a lot of attention. I mean, Harry Langdon gets some, Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle. But yeah, we really, really need to pay more attention to Harold Lloyd. And that's why we have not one, but two films from him tonight. One of them is a short from 1919 called Young Mr. Jazz.
Fancy.
And then our main feature is Safety Last from 1923, directed by Fred C. Neurmeyer and Sam Taylor, and starring Harold Lloyd and the woman who would eventually become his leading lady, not only on screen, but in life, Mildred Davis.
Hmm.
So, yeah, there's 1919 was also the last year that Harold Lloyd had all of his fingers. But we can talk more about that in a few minutes.
Fair.
Jonathan, hello.
Welcome,
So good
welcome.
to see you.
Alright.
Oh, goodness.
So we're starting off with the short.
Yes, we are.
Young Mr. Jazz. Gonna go ahead and start that up.
Just don't forget to mute it.
Oh, it is.
Okay. Oh, passed by the National Board of Review. The National Board of Review was centered in New York City and for a time had a relationship with Edison's Motion Picture Patents Company, which was the first film monopoly in film history. Edison persuaded the owners of other filmmaking patents to join together with him in this trust, and they were able to corral 16 patents altogether. Eventually, by 1915, the Supreme Court would shut that nonsense down. But
Well, you know.
it'd take a minute. Honestly, he takes a punch and a fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he did all his own stunts.
He did most of his own stunts. It
Oh.
got a little harder after he lost the other fingers.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah. Ah, yes. Welcome to Bathing Costumes of 1919. Okay, honestly, that is what you call dedication.
Yeah.
Snorkeling through sand. I love it. Hey there, Pat. How you doing?
Welcome, welcome.
Oh, and happy birthday to you, Mr. McDermott.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
For dancing tonight. I'll bring the seltzer and soda crackers. Remember, too, that at this point, Prohibition hadn't hit yet. That had come in the year to follow.
Gotcha.
Good times.
Nice hat.
Yeah. Well, when you're trying to catch a breeze.
My daughter's been hijacked. Follow that car. Whoa.
Yeah,
Sir.
that's what. Okay, this place is so rough, sandpaper has to wait in line. Boy, just the way he cocks his hat and just kind of strolls off. That's saying something. Say the place was rough.
Yeah.
I guess it's not an evening unless there's a brawl going.
Well, you know.
Sorry, I'm suddenly reminded of the lyrics from Chicago. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz. The young lady that is currently Harold Lloyd's co-star is an actress named Bebe Daniels. At the time that they were making this movie, they were dating. Not long after, she said, "You know what?
Nice.
You're just I think I'd be so much more successful without a relationship with you, professional or personal. So it's been fun, kids. See you around."
I mean, sometimes you gotta say that.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Give him the business. Uh-oh.
Well, they did say it was a rough part of town. Can't
Oh
have
my
shit in
gosh.
Detroit.
All those hands. Yeah. Oh, and she just planted herself downstairs. Help me root her up. Wow. Okay, so they really went with that flower theme. Nice.
Costume change.
Yep, can't look too swanky.
Right. The music. Smooth.
Yeah, bunny hugging.
Hmm.
Fiendy! Hello, Jen. How are you? Welcome.
Hello.
It's Harold Lloyd night.
It is Harold Lloyd night. And all the shenanigans that come with it.
Oh, there's going to be a fair few of those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's now saying that the pickpocket is his daughter. Great.
Oh boy.
That's going to work well. Oh no. The
All
Apple
right.
sisters, Ceedie and Corey.
Yeah, got both of them.
Oh boy. Which one is which?
We'll leave that up to your imagination.
You know what? I'm good with that.
Yeah. You've been pickpocketed, sir.
So Bebe Daniels there started out as a child star,
Mm-hmm.
and by the time she hit adulthood, she was working with Hal Roach, who was a comedy producer. You're probably familiar with some of the things for which he's responsible. He is particularly well known for a series called Our Gang. He's also responsible for the early successes of Laurel and Hardy.
Gotcha. Yeah. Fair.
Are they? Uh-oh. Last. Now my internet hiccuped just a bit.
Fair. That'll happen.
Yeah. Well. Thank you, Spectrum. We appreciate your service.
Yeah. They have been very reliable for me.
Well, you also pay out the nose for the thing you've got.
I do.
This is almost enough to make me contemplate going up a level for things.
Yeah. I get you.
Wow, does he have two black eyes? Because it kind of looks like Dad there has two black eyes.
I mean, he may have at one point. Either way, he has just had a very rough day.
Yes, yes, indeed.
I have it already set up so that I don't have to swap anything over. It'll just go right into the next one.
That's just fine.
So, this is safety last.
Safety Last is the film probably most associated. Oop. Okay.
Give or take.
There we go. That'll do.
Yeah.
Because I already know this movie is also on YouTube. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
There's just something about the knockabout comedies of the 19 teens and 1920s that you do not get now.
There's definitely a different physicality to it.
Absolutely.
And
I really
think
like
been...
how it's just the boy, the girl, the pal, the law, and the floor walker.
Yeah. They don't really need to be complicated, they're side characters.
Well, boy and girl are the two main characters.
They don't have to be complicated, they're side characters.
Okay.
Well, this movie's starting out strong.
Usually this is the way a movie ends.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, the fake out was good. You gotta admit that.
Wow. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, right? Well, as far as this movie is concerned, according to Criterion.com, the comic genius of silent star Harold Lloyd is eternal. Chaplin is the sweet innocent, Keaton the stoic outsider, but Lloyd, the modern guy striving for success, is us. And with its torrent of perfectly executed gags and astonishing stunts, Safety Last is the perfect introduction to him. Lloyd plays a small-town bumpkin trying to make it in the big city, who finds employment as a lowly department store clerk. He comes up with a wild publicity stunt to draw attention to the store, resulting in an incredible feat of daring do on his part that gets him started on the climb to success.
So to speak. Oh, whoops.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, yeah, y'all might want to get on that. Uh,
Woof.
about the frame rate on this.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. Limpy Bill.
I think it's going a little bit fast, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
And usually when that's the case, this means that it's being shown at 24 frames per second, but that may not be the speed at which it was filmed.
Yeah. I wonder what would happen if I took this rip and slowed it down a little bit.
No, we should probably think about that for a future viewing.
Mm-hmm.
The character that Harold Lloyd is playing here is he's playing something that became known as the glasses character. And this was something that he was just trying out to see if it would work for him in the same way that the little tramp had worked for Chaplin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he pawned the phonograph. Oops. So according to Annette D'Agostino Lloyd, writing in August 1996, funnier things happen in life to an ordinary an ordinary boy than to a lonesome Luke.
Real quick,
Now,
I just want to point out I do not like how I do not like how that man was holding those records.
oh, understandable. Okay,
And this
honestly
is
though, if you've
brilliant.
got to dodge your landlady, pretend to be a coat. That was so good.
I don't have anything strong enough for that.
Oh, but you kind of wish you did. By the time Harold Lloyd had figured out this screen persona, oh, there he goes again. Bye. He had already starred in most of his 71 Lonesome Luke comedies, and he had a rather large following due to that role. He was making
71, you
money.
say?
Yes, 71 of these. I'd love to find some of them. I mean, he
Holy
was
cow.
making money and he was thoroughly pleasing his producer, Hal Roach, and his film's distributor, Pathé. But he himself was really unhappy. Apparently, the standard of comedy in the 19 teens was the more unusual you were, the funnier you were. And so he should have been okay. But he kind of hit the point of thinking, why be abnormal? That's what all the other comedy characters are doing. Why not try normalcy? Why follow? Why not lead? Apparently, his producer and the distributor really didn't like the idea that he might be kissing that lonesome Luke character goodbye. But he ended up threatening to quit, and he had enough oomph that he was able to get what he wanted. And that is how we end up with this particular character. The way he put it was the glasses would serve as my trademark and at the same time would suggest the character: quiet, normal, boyish, clean, sympathetic, not impossible to romance. I would need no eccentric makeup or funny clothes. I would be an average, recognizable American youth and let the situations take care of the comedy. So, what he was saying was really simple, and yet it was new. The idea of making the comedy relatable to the audience member, the folks who are normal, whatever that means.
Hmm.
The regular person for whom comedy emerges from the simple things in life.
Yes, the simple things in life.
Yeah, like getting yourself locked into whatever the heck that was.
It's it's a towel exchange service.
Yeah, you can tell he's ready to be out of that box.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have any like air holes. He is in legitimate danger.
Oh. So this Glasses character debuted in One Reelers in September 1917. So by the time we see him here, he's been playing this role for 6 years. And as a result, he has a really good idea of who this character is. I will say that the horn-rimmed glasses that he wears are kind of iconic. But as far as that went, he had 20/20 vision. At least he did in 1917. So he didn't have any lenses in the glasses. They were just there. Also, without the glasses, he looked quite different, to the point of I went ahead and looked up some photos of him without his glasses, and all I can say is, damn, he was a very, very good looking man.
Oh dear. F, sir.
Oh, man. Okay, that's illegal parking. Oh,
Very.
hey, and the traffic warden is already on it.
Yeah. Oh no.
Randomly grabbing rides from people? Now, it should be noted that the Glasses character varied from film to film depending on what he was doing. So, as far as some of the personas, 1921 in A Sailor Made Man, he is an idle, rich loafer who enters the Navy to impress his beloved's father. In 1922, in Grandma's Boy, he was a cowardly youth who discovers the dormant strength always within. In Dr. Jack, also 1922. Oh, I love this camera angle. I really do. Where they're looking out the windshield. Love that.
This is terrifying driving.
Oh, yeah. At any rate, he kept finding new ways to express this character, and the only consistency was his look. Uh, I've also seen the character referred to alternately as the glass characters and the glasses characters. According to haroldlloyd.us, it is the glass characters, but like I said, over time things tend to vary. If you're trying to sneak into work, not a bad way to go.
Yeah. Understandable reaction.
No kidding. Oh, and there's the floor walker.
Mm.
You know, every time I see something like this, I am reminded of Are You Being Served?
Oh no.
Do you remember Captain Peacock by any chance?
I don't particularly remember the show.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'm sorry to say that the explanation what the explanation falls a little flat.
Fair.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
You know what? I'd probably freak out too if it were me.
Hmm. Wow, $15.
For 6 days' work.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, that seems like a lost repeat customer.
The lost back seam, apparently.
Hmm. Terrifying.
I don't see that working out real well for all people.
I mean, it's a safety hazard to say the very least. And there's a reason you wear a hard hat.
He was. I think that's the pal, and I don't think he was wearing it. Oh. no. I was afraid it was going to go like that.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Having worked in retail, I I can understand his frustration.
Yeah.
Just a sample? Are you kidding me? Oh, absolutely, Jen.
That's justifiable homicide right there. Yeah, a bit.
No. Oh, go away. Huh. Aw, they really are just pals, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Statement. The I can do anything and get away with it because I'm in good with the cops.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Is that not the same cop?
That is not the same cop.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Problem.
When did they switch? Oh,
It's a simple case of mistaken identity.
it's also a simple case of Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Been reading. Apparently, the idea for this particular story came from a a human, excuse me, like a human spider climbing up a building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have tried to go in through a window at this point. Oh, the police officer is struggling.
Yes, a Spider Man.
Hmm.
Very definitely, Pat. You got it.
He destroyed that guy's flowers.
Was it out of nerves?
Yes. America's finest pork.
Oh, okay, no, not blindfolded.
Good eats. How could you say no?
Come with the
Okay.
fly, or is the fly not included?
Hmm.
For that racial stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about it too. It's been a long while since I've seen it, and I did not preview this movie. By the way, a lavalier is a kind of a necklace. It's also known as a Y pendant, and it's a very old type. The other thing about a lavalier, oh dear. The other thing about a lavalier is that because it does have some important potential engagement item, there's that in mind too.
Hmm. That coin was enough to get him a coffee.
No more coffee for him.
No more coffee. The everyman.
So just tightened his belt down.
Yes, he did. Necessary interest you decide. Come up on. What do you mean by came up on my dark pods last night, Pat? Yeah. What do you mean by came up? Yeah. What do you mean, Pat?
Well, what he's talking about there, as far as usury, is the illegal action or
Money
practice
lending,
of
the
lending money
stereotypes.
at unreasonably high rates of interest.
Gotcha.
Oh, no. It's sale day. That seeing that just makes me want to dive directly under the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, it should be noted at that point that his right hand isn't really all his. In 1919, while on a film shoot, or not a film shoot, a photo shoot, he had a what he thought was a prop bomb in his hand, and he used a cigarette that he was smoking at the time up against the fuse, only to have the fuse actually light.
Whoop. Whoops.
So when it exploded, it ended up taking off the thumb and the forefinger on his right hand, as well as a percentage of the palm itself. So, and I just learned this little piece today, thanks to Vanity Fair, of all things. All right, so the prosthetic glove that he uses was something that was, hang on, let me make sure of exactly who developed it for him. Okay,
Whoa.
Samuel Goldwyn. Clever.
Hmm.
And Samuel Goldwyn was the Goldwyn part of Metro Goldwyn Mayer, or MGM.
Good
One
old
thing that
MGM.
I just saw MGM. Speaking of Laurel and Hardy.
Hmm.
What we don't usually hear is, oh dear. What we don't usually hear as much about, though, is that in addition to the hand damage, he also had eye damage to both eyes.
So his body was starting to feel it by this point.
It was, well, he, between the accident and this, he had some time to recover. But what you end up with is he gets his left eye vision back, and then he eventually gets the right one back as well. But it has definitely taken a little bit of time. Additionally, he has black spots in the white of his right eye for the rest of his life. And those black spots were shrapnel from the bomb.
Oh. Now that I would not have called.
Yeah.
Terrifying. At least it didn't completely blind him.
He was very lucky.
Yeah.
It took several months, though, for sight to return to his left eye,
Makes
and
sense.
several months after that for the right eye to come along.
I mean, a bomb went off in his face.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Over time, and this is again according to Vanity Fair,
Mm-hmm.
over time he taught himself to write with his left hand and gradually became ambidextrous.
Most convenient.
He also only uses the prosthetic glove when he's on camera. Otherwise, he just keeps his right hand in his pocket for many of the years that followed.
Fair.
I'm not surprised, Jonathan. That actually seems about right. Or good throw.
That was a good catch.
Uh, well, he's trying real hard.
Hmm.
Some might even say too hard.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to be stealthy, that's really the way to go.
Hmm.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Busted. Remember, he can't just let her know. Yeah, actually.
I mean, it's a hard thing to tell somebody. Yeah, this shit's going on.
That whole idea of, huh, um, yeah, this is attention I do not want. Why, hello, Widget. I have a Boudica who has come to visit. Did you happen to hear her, Alex?
No,
She's very cute.
fair. I'm afraid Discord is a little spotty on picking up cat noises.
That's okay. Yeah, she's gargoyling on the back of my office chair. Oh, you're in it now, buddy.
Oh dear. Yeah, you definitely have the wrong idea, ma'am.
And now she's a lap cat.
Of course.
That door locked. God, he must be sweating bullets.
Yeah, you know what? I My sympathy for him is very low at this point. Everything right now is based on a lie.
Mm-hmm. And yet we're supposed to sympathize with him because A,
Mm-hmm.
he's the star.
Oh, don't push your luck, mate. Oh, never mind. He's just cheap.
No, 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 no. Do not ring bells. No, please stop that, lady.
You know, he's not gonna get fired. We know this.
We hope.
Oh, you know what? Good point. If
Honestly,
I were Carl, I would look into
that
getting
makes
another
sense.
girl. Agreed.
Hmm.
I would get out of there now.
Mm-hmm. It's not a very good sense of self-preservation, I must say.
Uh huh. Cute.
Oh no. I gotta admit, this is good writing as far as trying to make us feel something.
Yeah, he's definitely quick on his feet.
Oh yeah. Not bad, not bad.
It would be so much simpler. Did he promise to spend the day with her or something? Did I miss that?
No, remember she just crashed in from Great Bend or Giant Bend or Bend in the Road or whatever the name of his town is.
Gotcha.
Okay, honestly though, the nerves are relatable.
Hmm.
I mean, it's been a minute, but it's a similar feeling to being called into the principal's office.
Yeah, but he's going there voluntarily this time.
Mm, true. Oh, well, that would solve the girlfriend problem. I mean, solve one girlfriend problem.
Yes.
Something is wrong with our exploitation. Okay. I don't think that quite means what they think it means, at least not now.
Oh no, I don't think they minced their words at all. I think they were quite precise.
Hmm. Okay, so get your newspaper, or excuse me, get your store on the front page of all the newspapers.
Yeah, why not?
It sounds very much like Harold Lloyd and Mildred Davis were running in very rarefied circles in Hollywood in the 1920s.
Yeah?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Apparently, while this was being filmed, and specifically the climbing scene that we're about to see, and this is again coming from Vanity Fair, friends such as Irving Thalberg, who was a producer and director, eventually working with MGM, Samuel Goldwyn, again connected to that Goldwyn piece of Metro Goldwyn Mayer, Douglas Fairbanks, Mary Pickford, the two of whom were tremendous stars in their own right, but they were also they also comprised half of the founding members of the studio United Artists. And then finally, Frances Marion, who was Hollywood's highest paid screenwriter and Mildred Davis's best friend. It should also be noted that Frances Marion and Mary Pickford were also very close, with Marion writing a lot of not only scripts or stories specifically for Mary Pickford, but also did a whole lot of answering her fan mail and even writing columns for her. I mean, Frances Marion was connected. She also has one of my very favorite lines. She was once interviewed about how she felt about men in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And her comment was, I would absolutely love for there to be a man that I could look up to without lying down first.
Hmm.
Tonic? Sure it is.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't call it alcohol because by this point, prohibition's in play. You could not sell alcohol.
Yeah, it's just Nerf tonic. Don't worry about it. 100 proof.
Oh, that's going to do something to somebody's nerves. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Ah, there's a clock on that corner.
There sure is. And also in that crowd are Thalberg, Goldwyn, Fairbanks, Pickford, and Marion. The filming was done between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. so that the shadows could be matched in the editing room later.
Fair. And if I'm not mistaken, Harold Lloyd was not actually in any danger for the filming of this. It was a forced perspective trick.
Correct.
Yes.
Unfortunately, while he is successful in hanging from the clock, he pulled his shoulder out in the process.
So, you know. Rude.
Oh,
But also, you shouldn't leave the torch on like that.
that's correct.
Was it just the
All right.
possession of alcohol that was illegal?
Because, well, it was the selling of alcohol that was
Gotcha.
illegal. Fantastic. Did he just happen to have chalk on him? Is that the deal?
Yes.
'Cause that certainly seems to be the case. Uh-oh. Okay, so what we call instant karma.
Hmm. Well, that's a great plan, assuming you can get to the second floor.
So while they're trying to make this,
Mm-hmm.
Harold, Hal Roach, his producer, and the human spider tried different scenarios as they tried to. Oh, absolutely. We're cool. So they tried different scenarios as they tried to figure this all out. So, oh, they used pigeons, they used nets, ropes, construction workers. They also had to try to figure out how to hide his injured hand. and they did a fairly good job with it.
They did an extremely good job with it.
Okay, honestly, the fact that he was able to grip that as well as he did with the prosthetic hand, because if you watch, the right one is his prosthetic.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, no.
Oh dear. Why is that lift in active use?
Remember too, as we're watching this, is that this had to be filmed more than once. This was not a one and done. They had to repeat the scenes in it so that they could capture them from various angles. So yes, that means Lloyd had to climb this thing more than once.
Yeah. That's typically how filming goes.
Yeah. Not something I'd want to repeat though in a circumstance like this.
Hmm. Yeah, you can do it.
Totally.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
So he doesn't just have encouragement from his friend, he also has encouragement from the audience that's gathered.
Yeah. It's okay. It's just climbing. Just don't look down.
It's that simple for you, Alex.
Yeah. I mean, assuming you have decent,
No, hello, pigeons.
you know, arm strength. It just wants a friend.
Or the peanuts that were just spilled.
Yeah.
You just need a whole bunch of pigeon be gone.
Oh dear. Um, this man became a roost.
You know, if he just straps a bunch of them together, they can just carry him up.
Hmm. You just gotta do it.
really love is that this movie didn't need more than about a main cast of 5. And even though we can't hear it because, silent, it still works. Okay, there's the net. As I mentioned before, we had a pigeon, we had a net.
Oh dear.
Yikes. I would not like
Ah.
that. Alex, this
Yeah.
movie's 100 years old.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it
We
before.
we are still feeling anxiety for this
Yeah.
character, even though it's been 100 years since the film's release. Oh, I'm so glad that there's the guy in the audience who is Captain Obvious.
Just thank you. Oh, rip. Wait, was that the cop again?
Rock on. I'm
Nope,
sorry.
random guy.
No, it's the guy who was saying, "Just take it off. It's in your way."
I mean, yeah, dude.
Do not look down. No, my
Yeah.
dude, just don't do it.
Go on, do your death-defying feat.
Want to climb in the window? Hmm. Excuse me. Bless that old lady for at least checking on him.
Absolutely. She's getting the vapors.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I could not, would not do this. I mean, I would do it with a rope and proper harnessing equipment, but beyond that, no.
I'm right there with you, Al. Crazy, but that level of death defying, yeah, I'm good without that.
Yeah, that's emergency situation only.
No kidding. Oh, what do you mean, Pat? You wouldn't go the James T. Kirk approach in Star Trek Five?
Why wouldn't you do this with a jetpack? Then you have some form of cushioning your fall.
I like fall is just assumed to be the ultimate conclusion for this. Yep,
Yeah.
only thing possible. Gonna fall now. I mean, technically, it was Spock with the jet boots, but that's okay.
And here we are at the famous scene.
Yeah. Please don't ask him what time it is.
It's 6 o'clock. Forever.
Oh, there's a rope.
Ah, yes. Oh, no.
Oh, you're not wrong, Al. Oh, cripe.
No!
Oh, goodness. Okay, for a hot second, I didn't realize that his buddy was going to be up there.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, screw you, dude. Oh. There it is.
What's he going to have to take before they get it? Oh, no, there's no knot at the end of that rope.
Yep.
Oh, that's just not good.
Ah. True fear.
Apparently, Douglas Fairbanks, who was known for doing a number of death defying stunts, was jealous that Lloyd got to do this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. This would be a pretty cool thing to do and get and capture on film.
Oh, gosh, you're not wrong.
Oh, good. Dog.
Dogs are useful. Don't you know the dog might fall? Ah, spectacular.
That is high voltage electronics. Oh dear. Glad that's not real. I think that's just a spring.
Yeah, because the mainspring in a clock is just,
Right there.
yeah.
Concussion City.
Like, that's going to help the situation. Yes, go ahead, lady. Scream.
Yeah.
So, Al, I got to ask,
Yes.
What are you feeling for next week?
Oh, I have no idea.
Pick a genre.
Well, we've brought up Chaplin a good amount.
Yes, we have. And World War One's shoulder arms could be a good choice.
Ah, yes, excellent. We love some good propaganda here. Or no, wait, he was anti-war, wasn't he?
No, he actually tried to enlist on several occasions, but
Ah,
his attempts at enlistment were denied because it was felt that he was a great. Oh, I don't like that. No, thank you. That balancing act he's doing?
yeah, he's having a time.
No, it was okay. So, first off, he's British, he's not American.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
it was decided by the draft board that he was of more value to the war effort as a movie actor than he would have been just simply by being a soldier on the field.
My
So,
mistake.
no, it's okay. You didn't know. So, yeah, he did actually try. Also,
Fair.
I'm trying to remember how tall he was, but it seems like he was like my size.
Yeah, he was short. He was very short.
He was 5'5". He was my size.
Yeah.
Even though the draft board had decided, no, 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 you're of more value as just simply an actor, a lot of folks in the UK did not see it that way because there had been a lot of sons called up to service, but they weren't given a pass simply because they were movie stars, regardless of what the star wanted. So one of the things that he did was to really lean into raising funds for the war effort. And we can talk more about that next week when we watch some Chaplin.
Fair.
How's that for a tease?
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good one.
Okay, Harold.
Hey, no problem. Glad you're enjoying it.
That is good to see, Pat. I'm glad that you're having a good time. I mean, it's your birthday. You should. Oh, no, thank you. Okay. Yeah, that swinging business? Nah. What?
Why do I have the feeling she's just gonna push him and watch him go again?
Wouldn't you be tempted?
Yes!
Okay, honestly, I get it.
We all have that dark side of the brain.
It's true.
And a
Oh,
high
and there's
school
the
project
cop and the
with that
guy. They're
kiss.
still going.
Of course.
Well, maybe next time don't make fun of the guy who's climbing a roof or climbing a building.
Yeah. Feel like, he got what was coming to him.
Apparently, at the conclusion of the filming for this particular movie,
Mm-hmm.
Mildred Davis, who played the girl, was pretty sure that Harold was going to be proposing. And at the wrap party, again, this is coming from Vanity Fair.
Mhm.
At the wrap party, Harold gallantly presents Mildred with a small, square jewelry box.
Oh dear.
She's thinking it's a ring.
Mm-hmm.
It was not. It was a diamond starburst pin, exquisite and expensive, but not necessarily what she was expecting. It turns out that Harold wanted to propose in private, not in front of the crew.
Fair.
Harold Lloyd and Mildred Davis had a whole bunch of children. Oh, excuse me, grandchildren. They had 3 kids overall, and Harold went on from this to become one of the preeminent comedians of the 1920s and 30s, and then he also gained prominence as the head of the fraternal organization, the Shriners, helping to create and promote the organization's hospital. He was also apparently a pioneering stereoscopic photographer, known for his portraits of landscapes, famous friends, and nudes.
Of course. Why not?
Makes sense.
Hello, Herbie.
Well, as much as I hate to say it, Al,
Yeah, that's it. That's all we
that's us
got.
for tonight. Hey, at least it was a little longer this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Yes, we both heard the meow, by the by.
Oh yeah.
And
I
so did
imagine he
a few other folks.
Herbie shows up on the mic. It's been well established. Thank
you,
y'all for
Aaron.
joining. I hope y'all have a good night.
And next week, it's Chaplin
Mm-hmm.
and Shoulder.
Bye-bye.